Hey there. I was contacted by a friend from high school, and he said, I have a couple of pens lying here which I don't use anymore, and maybe you're interested in reviewing them. And I said, sure, send them along. He sent me a Parker Jotter in Chrome, which I like a lot because I didn't have the Chrome version yet. And he also sent me a Parker Reflex. And that's an interesting pen because I have received quite a couple of review requests for it, and I'm not sure whether it's still available, but I'm almost convinced that if you would go on eBay, you would find one if you really like it. This is a cheaper Parker, like the Jotter, like the Vector, like the Beta that is available in some countries. This is an entry-level Parker, but it looks a bit cooler, I think, than the Jotter. The Jotter is very small, and the Reflex is quite a bit bigger. Okay, so I'm going to cover the parts of the pen, tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and then I'll do a writing sample. At the top of the cap, the finial, you have this very simple rounded thing. It's nothing too fancy. Then you have a somewhat modern look on the Parker Arrow clip, which I think is quite cool. Clip is fairly springy. It looks like it's a little bit spring-loaded, which is quite cool. You can tell by this part it moves a bit. On the cap it says Parker. A little hard to see, it's black and it's reflective. On the other side it says made in UK, and as you can see there's a bit of a crack there, but you know, hey, at least you guys get to see the pen, right? Then you have the barrel, which tapers down and ends in a similar rounded off thing. Take off the cap, the pen posts. I'll be a little careful, I don't want to crack the cap any further. And then you have a fairly simple section, but it has a decent texture, which is quite fascinating. And the texture feels very rubbery. Then we have the nib. I'm pretty sure that's the same nib that you get on, say, the Jotter. Jotter is at the bottom here. Or the Vector. They all have similar nibs. And this is a fine. You can tell by these modern Parker pens. It's very hard to make that focus, but in that little indenture it has the letter F in this case for fine. The pen, which is cool for a cheaper pen, there is a little bit of a center band there, but what's cool is that it does not just take cartridges, but it also takes a converter, which is nice for guys like me who like to use bottled ink. And my friend sent me a converter for that as well. So that's pretty much, the pen. It's a simple pen. It performs. Parker pens perform. They may not be the flashiest lookers, but in my experience, typically they perform. They will just get the job done. They will write, and that's all there's to it. This one, same thing applies. It writes. It does what it's supposed to do, and that's all there's to it, So what do I like about it? What do I not like about it? Well, as I said, they write. They're reliable writers. Even the cheaper ones, they will write. I like that. I like that it's an affordable pen. Same goes for the Jotter. Parker makes a bunch of these pens in the lower segment as to prices that really work well. So that's pretty cool. What do I not like about it? Well, the rubberized section feels a little bit cheap, but it is a cheap pen, so that's what you get. Something that I notice is that the threads to unscrew the barrel, that's a lot of threads. So if you want to quickly check how much ink you have left, that's how much time it takes, which is a bit long, a lot of threads. Apart from that, a simple pen, what can we say, right? It does what it's supposed to do. Let's take a few measurements and then we'll do a writing sample. Capped, the pen is about 140 millimeters. Uncapped, 132. Section diameter at the narrowest point. It's a little hard to measure because, let me see, 8.5. Widest point about 10. As you can see, the section is very tapered. So measuring that, where can you still hold that? Probably hold it like this, right? And then I think that's another thing I could comment on. I think the size is pretty nice. See, it's a fairly decently sized pen, which you can post, and then it becomes pretty big, but still fairly light. So this one posts fairly balanced, which is nice. Okay, so we have that, and finally the weight. 10 grams, very light, a lot of plastic. So that's it. So, thanks for sending me the pen. I appreciate it. Let's do a writing sample. I hope this was useful, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Alright, so here we go with the Parker Reflex. This is a fine nib, and the ink is Mont Blanc Royal Blue. There had been some black ink in this pen for a while, so the ink looks more like a blue-black. In reality, let me see, it is this color, so don't be fooled by that. Alright, I have cleaned the pen as well as I could, but you know, it always takes a while before that's really cleaned out. Okay, a bit of writing. Writes nicely enough for a fine nib. Get a bit of feedback, a bit of fast writing, but the feedback is not terrible, and as you can see the feed keeps up very well even with fast writing. As to wetness, it's not the wettest nib out there, but it's not super dry either. Line variation, you can definitely squeeze some out there. This reverse writing, you can probably hear it on the microphone, I'm going to stop that, is extremely scratchy, so I would not recommend that. Deuterino, thank you for sending me this pen, I appreciate it. I'm glad that I was able to show you guys the Reflex, because I get a lot of requests for that. I hope this was useful, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.